So Allah says, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam asks Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, "Oh Allah, give this young boy a deep understanding of the deen and grant him knowledge of the interpretation of the revelation," which means tafsir of the Quran. And truly, later on, this Abdullah ibn Abbas was known as Habrul Ummati wa Turjumanul Quran. He was known as the jurist of the Ummah, the one who had the most knowledge in jurisprudence of the whole Ummah. And he was known as Turjumanul Quran, which means the one who had the deepest knowledge of tafsir and the revelation and why verses were revealed and what they meant.
Let me just quote him again there. He was known as the one with the deepest knowledge of tafsir and revelation and why verses were revealed and what they meant.
For mankind, yes.
Greetings, family. The Quran is for mankind, okay? The Quran is for mankind. That is what the brother just said. This was an imam who was on a radio station in Ghana, and he just confirmed that the Quran is for mankind. But even though that the Quran is for mankind, when you read the Quran, when you are trying to critically analyze, assess, to understand, to get information from the Quran, those who claim to have knowledge about the Quran will not come and give you the answers, but they will rather tell their followers not to listen to you. They will rather try to sabotage your channel. They would rather try to report you so that your channel or your platform will be blocked. So I keep on asking myself, who is telling the truth here? Is it me or is it them? Those who are trying to hide people, block people from getting the information, or the one who is trying to bring the information out? Who is telling the truth? Ask yourself these questions. It's not a matter of insulting, attacking, it won't bring anything. But ask yourself the question. Just let's say I don't know what I'm talking about. So how come nobody is answering the question? How come they are trying to prevent someone from asking questions? Why are you trying to prevent someone from asking questions? Even though you have the answers, even though you know you have the truth with you, but you are trying to prevent somebody from asking questions. Why are they trying to prevent me from asking some questions? Why? Ask yourself these questions, okay? And if you know anything, if I have said anything which you think it is wrong, which you think I am deceiving, so how come you never call me to educate me too? Do you know that the Muslims keep on telling me, advising me, Sethoo, you will one day become a Muslim. Keep on searching in Islam, keep on asking questions about Islam, and you will one day become a Muslim. Because there are some people, even greater people than you, Sethoo, people with deep knowledge. That is what they tell me. There are some people with deep knowledge, professors, who tried to question Islam, they became Muslims. So you Sethoo, you one day become a Muslim. Okay, fine. So I want to become a Muslim because since I am still searching, that means I want to become a Muslim. I want to become a Muslim, so I have to search. But if you have the answer, all of a sudden, even though I will one day become a Muslim, but you are still preventing me from searching. I don't get the logic here. This is why they are trying to keep me away from you. They are trying to keep you away from me. That is what I should say. But you see, it is not religion is something that you are investing, that in one day you will die, you believe that somebody is going to judge you. Okay, so you are investing your life in something that you think it will benefit you after your death. But if they are hiding some information from you, how do you know you have made the right choice right now? You have to start thinking right now, because if you die, you are dead. If you don't reason right now to make the best decision, and somebody is trying to hide information from you so that you could not see certain things, they are trying to lead you in a way that it will be brego. You suffer for nothing. So information is the key. The more information you have, the better you can make your decision. And somebody saying, can we start calling? If you are a Muslim, yes, you can call. Okay, if you're a Muslim, you can call. But if you're not a Muslim, you have to wait. If you are a Muslim, you can call now. And then maybe you have something to tell me or have said something that you want to correct me, okay? That is why I want the Muslims to call first. Okay? So if you are a Muslim and then you watch programs like this, you see, it is easy for you to accept some, let's say, you join a political party. You see, because you join the political party, always you listen to the radio stations that speak good about your political party. So you are always happy with this radio station because they are telling you something you already want to hear. You will never have problem with this radio station because all the time they are giving you things that you want to hear. But the other radio station, who is not biased, who is standing on a different standpoint, he is giving you the information about that political party that you join. Because it is not that what you want to hear, you think they are lying, they are deceiving people. Even though they are showing you the information, they are saying this political party, the president, the minister, this is how much money he took from the land. This is how much money they went and borrowed. This is how much money they have invested in this project. And this is what they are telling us. They have invested like 5 million in this project, but they are telling the citizens that they have invested 10 million. And this radio station is telling what this political party is doing. Because you are a supporter of the political party, you are attacking the radio people. You are thinking they are lying on your political party. But maybe the evidence is clear, but you don't want to see. That's the same thing going on right now. Because I am telling you something that they don't tell you at maybe your church or your mosque or wherever. You think I am the bad guy, but the references are clear. You have to take it for yourself. You have to check them for yourself, and you have to be sincere to yourself. If you are not sincere to yourself, you will not go. You will be like a sheep. You will just be there. You are just part of something, but it won't bring you anything. Okay. So let's check I posted a video today on TikTok, on YouTube, and on Facebook. On Facebook, I posted it on my second Facebook page because my original Facebook page has been blocked again. I cannot stream, I cannot post, I cannot comment, I cannot like, I cannot do anything on my original Sethoo SSK platform. Why? Because they are reporting the platform. They keep on reporting everything I post is a hate speech according to Facebook right now. Suyeni Jabani, greetings, Suyeni. Kindly share, invite people, okay? Share, invite people. So I am right now more on YouTube, okay? So please, if you're following this platform, Sethoo SSK, kindly share, invite people, tag people on other platforms, and support me on the YouTube channel because that is the place that they won't block me that easy, I guess. Because Facebook now, I don't know. Even if they unblock me after 1 month, my next video could also be blocked because whatever I say, according to them, it is a hate speech. Okay, so follow me on YouTube, Sethoo SSK. And then I'm also on TikTok, Sethoo SSK. Okay, I'm also on Twitter, Sethoo SSK. Okay, and then on Facebook, on the Facebook platform that I am right now, is Sethoo SSK TV. Okay, Sethoo SSK TV. You can follow me there, and then we have to still share the information because the calls that you are getting, the calls that I get from people, it shows me that they don't know anything about the religion that they are following. It's like somebody tells them and they have to nod their head and just accept it. They cannot check it for themselves because it is a language they have been programmed to accept only from their malams. You see now, from their sheikhs. Only from their sheikhs, okay? So whenever you tell them something which is not coming from a sheikh, they are trying to deny it. But what if your sheikh is lying to you? Sometimes you have to do your research for yourself. Do it for yourself, okay? So you said I should also try Rambo. Okay, I don't know this platform. I don't know, but yes, I could try. Maybe if it will help, okay? I don't know. But right now I have to focus on the YouTube channel because I have to focus on one platform right now because the YouTube platform, and maybe when that is stable, because the YouTube channel itself is not stable. Okay, many people are following me on Facebook, and when I don't come on Facebook, they just go to the next person. They don't care. Some of them, they watch the videos for entertainment sake, okay, and some of them too, they want to study. So if you don't come live, they will just move to the next person. Okay, what should I do? But we will still continue giving the this information to people. Okay, so today's program is about this Solomon. I posted the video today on Facebook. I said Facebook Sethoo SSK TV, on YouTube Sethoo SSK. So kindly follow me there and share and subscribe to the channel, okay? And on TikTok too. So let's watch the video about Islam. Let's watch this video and then we will analyze this video, okay? Why there is a problem. And then people think every time the Muslims are comfortable criticizing other religion, but whenever you bring something from their religion, and then you become the enemy. You get a point? They are always comfortable criticizing other religions. Oh, and this is that, and this is that. But whenever you bring something out from their religion, then you are the enemy, and then they give you name. Hate speecher, you hate Muslims, this will happen to you. Now let's listen to the video, okay?
Solomon died
Anytime
standing.
someone asks critical questions about Islam, some Muslims will be calling the person names. You are a hater, you hate Muslims, you are Islamophobia, all sorts of names, but they will never answer the question that the person is asking. Let's see if some Muslims will answer to this question. According to Quran chapter 34, verse number 13 and 14, the Quran says, they made for him what he willed, synagogues and statues, basins like well and boilers, built into the ground. Give thanks, O house of David, few of my bondmen are thankful. The Muslims tells us that all the prophets were Muslims and messenger of Allah, and that they all came with one message. According to this verse, Solomon had some workers working for him, and they built for Solomon what Solomon willed. And according to the verse in the Quran, they built synagogues and statues. So if all the prophets and all the messengers, they came with one message and they were all Muslims, how come Solomon was building statues? Are Muslims allowed to build statues? This is a question I need answers and clarifications. It's not about insulting me, it's about you giving us answers to this question. If Solomon was a Muslim, why was he ordering his people or his workers to build for him statues? Are Muslims allowed to build statues? Answer this question. Now let's check the main points. The main reason I am making this video is in verse 14. Let's read it. Quran chapter 34, verse number 14. And when we decreed for Solomon's death, nothing indicated to the jinn his death except a creature of the earth eating his staff. But when he fell, it became clear to the jinn that if they had known the unseen, they would have not remained in humiliating punishment. So, what this verse is telling us here is, Solomon died standing on his staff, leaning on his staff, and the jinns did not recognize that Solomon is dead. So Solomon died standing holding his stick till a creature of the earth, which is the worm, came to eat the stick. After them eating the stick became loose and Solomon fell down. That is when they recognized that Solomon is dead. Bear in mind, Solomon was a powerful man, had an army. So when Solomon died standing, nobody recognized Solomon is dead. According to Ibn Kathir, how long was Solomon standing? According to the interpretation of the Muslims, let's see. You can pause this and read this for yourself. According to Ibn Kathir, he stayed like that for a long time, nearly a year. So Solomon died holding a stick, standing there for nearly a year, and nobody recognized that he is dead. Solomon had 100 wives. None of them recognized that he is dead. An army commander. Clear, okay? It is clear. I've played this video for you, and we're about to analyze this video, okay? Because that is what we have to use our brain. We have to do certain things. So this verse is telling us here, Sethoo SSK is the name. Please kindly share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, okay? Invite people, tag people, and especially the Muslims. And not all Muslims, you see some of the Muslims, they don't know. That is the people we are trying to reach. We are trying to reach these people, as particular people, they don't know. They think from their hearts, they know that what they are following is the truth, and then there is nothing wrong with it, and there is everything, there is answer to every question you ask in Islam. Okay, some people, they really believe this. They don't know, and they believe that the religion that they are following is the best religion. It is not like the other religions, and then every question that you will ask in Islam, there is the answer. Okay, so that is why we are here, and we want them to see certain things that maybe there is no answer, and maybe somebody is deceiving them too. They have to overthink or think about what they are believing or following. Okay, so according to the verse that I just showed you, okay, Solomon was a king, a prophet. Solomon had an army, a bird army, a bird, Anoma. Okay, they were the armies of Solomon. So Solomon wasn't somebody like maybe Sethoo. I don't have any. I have one wife, children, and that is all. I don't have any army. Solomon had wives, plenty wives in the Quran. Sometimes Solomon has 60. Not in the Quran, sorry. In the Hadith, authentic Hadith. Sometimes Solomon has 60 wives. Sometimes 70 wives. Sometimes 100 wives. Sometimes 99 wives. He has wives. At least he has many wives. Okay. And the Muslims tell us that all the prophets, they came with one message. In Islam, there is nothing like statues in Islam. And the prophets, they don't do nothing but on their own. They do things by the will of Allah. And Solomon is building a synagogue, according to the verse. It was building a church, something. And in that church, or he was building, I wouldn't say even in that church, but Solomon was also building statues. Are Muslims allowed to build statues? You see, are Muslims allowed to build statues? Quran chapter 34, verse number 13. Okay, let's check that verse and see. Okay, let's check that verse. Let me put it on the screen and see. So when Muslims keep on telling us all the messengers came with one message, that's what they say. Okay, fine. So what is the message? How come some messengers were building statues and it is totally forbidden in Islam to build a statue? How is that possible? I'll Sethoo freeze. I'll put it on the screen, okay? So I will use different translations so that people will understand what I mean. So Solomon is building statues according to Quran chapter 34, verse number 13 and 14. We will go to the 14. Verse number 14 is what it is. You should think about. If you said you are somebody who really cares about the truth, you should think about verse number 14 properly, okay? But we will go there very soon. I'm trying to share the video on my platform, on other various platforms. So YouTube, please share it for me. According to this verse, let's lose. I'm using the translation right now. Is Hilali and Khan. Okay, Hilali and Khan. So let's read this. They worked for him what he desired. Okay, so whatever Solomon desired, the jinns, they were working for Solomon. So the prophet Muhammad does not speak on his own desire, right? Quran chapter Surah to Najm. The prophet they don't speak on their own desire, but it is from Allah. The inspiration is from Allah. Unless you are telling me Prophet Solomon was different. You see now the logic here. So unless you tell me Solomon's situation was different, Solomon can desire things on his own without the consenting of Allah. That would be different. So Solomon, whatever Solomon desired, it should be something pure, something good from Allah, right? Okay, let's use it. I said the telephone lines, I'll open it for the Muslims to call in, at least the knowledgeable ones, so that they can call in and we will see. So they worked. That means the jinns, the people working for Solomon, they worked for him what he desired. Who desired? Solomon desired. Okay, making high rooms. You see now, here they have put in high rooms. In this translation, they made it high rooms. But the other translation that I used, they made it what? Synagogue. So they are trying to hide something here. But I will just take it as it is. It is not me who translated it anyway. this translation used high rooms. The one that I played for you in the video, they use synagogues. And down here, they change it, they use images. You see now, images are still not allowed in Islam. But as you can see in the Quran, this is in the Quran, and Allah is reporting to us what Solomon did. So if Solomon was truly a Muslim, he would have come with the core message, the same message as all the prophets. Right? So Solomon was building high rooms, images, basins, and large basins as large as reservoirs. Okay, and all these stuffs. So my point here is, I don't want to go. My point here is Solomon was building images. Let's use this other Quran. Let me see if I can put different translations at the one place, okay? So that people will see what I mean. You have different translations, and you can see how they use the translations to fabricate or to manipulate people's mind. They use the translations to manipulate people's mind. You can see it here. So this is the translation I was reading for you, Hilali and Khan, okay? So they worked for him what he desired, making high rooms, images, basins as large as reservoirs, okay? Let's see another translation. Let's see what is used. So let's say this is King James Version. Now we are going to another version, okay? They made for him whatever he would desire. Stately buildings, images. You see now, so this one he said stately buildings, the other one said large high rooms. So this one is also using another word for what they build. Okay, he's using another word too. Stately buildings, the other one said high rooms. You see, but they both use images. So Solomon was building images. Let's use another translation. Let's see what he also said. They made for him what he pleased of fortress and images. You see, so this one they use another word. I don't even know what the meaning of this word is, but it should be something like a room, synagogue, building, something like this. That's what the word. So you see, the different translations, you could get different meanings. Now let's look at this translation here. Petal. They made for him what he willed, synagogues and statues. You see now, synagogues and statues, basins like well and boilers, like wells and boilers, built into the ground. So this is what the Quran is trying to inform us according to their own sources. Sahih International. So you can see they made for him what he willed of elevated chambers, statues, bowls like reservoirs. So you can see it clearly. They made statues. The statues or images doesn't disappear. It doesn't matter which translation you use. So statues or images was something more Solomon desired. He willed to have these things. And Solomon's will doesn't come from his own. It comes from Allah. So how come Muslims today, they don't have that? And if Solomon was a Muslim, okay, what happened? When he was building, when he was doing this thing, he got this desire. What happened? What happened? Where is the story? Think about this, okay? So this is what I want people to realize. They claim all the prophets were Muslims. They claim all the prophets were Muslims. All the prophets came with one message. But then we find in the Quran the behavior of certain prophets which differs from the behavior of the last prophet. Interesting, right? Now let's go to verse number 14. The verse number 14 is what people should really think about, okay? According to the Quran, not according to me. We read this translation, okay? Then when we decreed death for him, which is Solomon, okay? Nothing informed them, the jinns, of his death except a little worm of the earth, which kept slowly gawning or away at his stick. And so he fell down. The jinn saw clearly that if they had known the unseen, they would have stayed in. They would not have stayed in the humiliation torment. Let me try and use my own words to explain this to you. I know that you probably understand this, but there are some people who even prefer that I will speak in Chi. So what the verse is telling us here is that, okay, Solomon, who was not a small person, he had 100 wives. I will prove that to you. I will show it to you on the screen. He had armies. This Solomon had jinns. He had jinns who were working for him. Jinns were working for Solomon. The unseen thing, the people that we don't see, but Allah gave him the ability to see the jinns, to control the jinns. And the jinns were working for Solomon. Okay, fine. It is possible. Allah can do this. Okay, Allah can do this. And they always tell us how sensible and how logical. Everything in Islam is pure logical and pure sensible. Okay, so we are trying to ask questions, and then you and I, you should also think about this thing too. Solomon is a man just like you and I. He has the favor from Allah and he's a prophet, but he's just a man like you and I. The same DNA. Okay, according to Islamic sources, when Prophet Muhammad died, within 3 days he began to stink because they didn't bury him at once. So even this mentality, according to Islamic sources, when Prophet Muhammad died, they didn't bury him at once. The Muslims say they follow the Sunnah of Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad. They follow the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad. When a Muslim died today, they bury the person at once. So why are they not keeping the dead body for 3 days like they did for Prophet Muhammad? We want to understand where they get all this logic from. Okay, so when Solomon died, because the jinns were working for Solomon. Listen carefully. The jinns were working for Solomon. Allah killed Solomon. He took the life of Solomon, and Solomon was standing, a dead body. Tell me how logical this is, and let's all use our brain. Imagine this is in the books of the traditional religion. So Allah took the life of Solomon, and Solomon was standing holding his staff, a stake. Holding a stake, and he was standing, but he was dead. It is possible Allah can do this, okay? Let's say it like this. And the jinns were still working for Solomon. So with this logic, okay, were somebody commanding the jinns? Did they have anybody to control them? Because it is Solomon who is the one who can see them. We can see jinns. We don't see them. They can see us, but we don't see them. But if Solomon was dead and nobody is controlling them, Solomon is just standing there like this, holding his stick. And the jinns are working because they can't see that the guy is dead. So even if they cannot see that the guy is dead because he is standing there holding a stick, a dead person standing there holding a stick, a dead man standing there holding a stick, and people don't realize that he's dead because he's holding a stick and he's standing. And the jinns are working for him. That is the way Allah can do this. But how about his wives? So are you trying to tell me his 100 wives, his 99 wives, his 60 wives, his 70 wives? We don't know the proper amount of wives Solomon had. Are you trying to tell me that none of his wives went and looked after Solomon? Where is my husband? Has he eaten? So imagine, let's say Solomon's wife, one of the wives, who cook for Solomon. Okay, Solomon's wife prepared a very nice meal, fufu with palm nut soup or something. I'm just saying, okay. And he will place the fufu there. She will go and come back. The fufu is still there. Solomon is still standing there. Are you saying none of his wife will notice, recognize nothing? They will go and back. They are speaking. So nobody spoke with Solomon the whole time. Think about this. The jinns, okay, they don't recognize. But what about the armies? So for 1 year, according to the story, okay, Solomon stood there for 1 year, for nearly a year, not from myself. You see, at the beginning of the conversation, at the beginning of the program, I played for you the voice of the sheikh who was saying Ibn Abbas, okay, is one of the most authentic people in Islam. Let's see what Ibn Abbas said, okay? Let's see if Ibn Abbas even mentioned how long he stood there. Let's see, this is Ibn Abbas. This is not from me. And this is what you should always put in your mind. I am reading from the sources from Islam. It is not from a Christian missionary. It is why they don't want you to watch my videos, because it will expose them. They won't have a clever answer for you. Because if they did, they would have come here and give us these clever answers that they have. But they don't have. So they want you to stay away from me, because you will be empowered. You have this knowledge that they don't want you to have. Ibn Abbas is speaking, not Sethoo is speaking. This is the authentic hadith from the Muslims themselves. And when we decree death for him, which is death for Solomon, as you can see, Solomon died and remained standing in his retreat for a year. Think about this. A dead man standing there for 1 year. For 1 year, he is standing there holding his stick. None of his wives noticed this, that where is my husband? Are you saying they didn't care about Solomon? Like some of you people, if I stop coming live, nobody will even care. They don't care. If Sethoo is live, then we will watch. If he doesn't come live, some people will never even call me or to check on me. Is it how they treated Solomon, the wives of Solomon? Is it how they treated Solomon? Let me show you this, okay? So Solomon died and he is standing there for 1 year. And are you saying none of his wives went to check on Solomon? Where is my husband? I made food for him 2 days ago. The food is still there. Nobody has touched the food. Where is he? I will check one of his wives if he is there. Nobody. So that is what are you trying to tell us, or what? Because even if the jinns cannot see that Solomon is dead, what about his commander? You see, his people, his sergeant, the the assistant of Solomon, the bird, who control all these things? Are you trying to say we cannot reason? We shouldn't ask these questions? If Solomon dies standing there for 1 year, the body did not rot, we can say it is God, Allah can do this. But what about the people around Solomon? Nobody cares about Solomon like that. Nobody. All of them quiet. Think about this. Please think about this. Let's see how many wives Solomon had, okay? According to their own sources. According to their own sources, okay? We will read and look at it. It is Sahih Bukhari. Sahih Bukhari is one of the most authentic sources in Islam. It is not me fabricating anything. We use their own sources. So if you can depend on Sahih Bukhari, look at Sahih Bukhari, what he's saying here. Allah's prophet Solomon, who had 60 wives, you hear? 60 wives, once said, "Tonight I will have sexual relations, sleep with all my wives, so that each of them will become pregnant and bring forth a boy who will grow into a cavalier and will fight in the cause of Allah." According to the Islamic sources, listen carefully. Solomon had 60 wives. According to this verse, 60 wives. And Solomon's intention is to sleep with all the 60 wives in one night. Okay? He wants to tonga in one night. And the purpose is he wants to sleep with them, all the wives, so that all of the wives will get pregnant. How does he even know that if you sleep with them, they will get pregnant? Is it in your will? He doesn't. That's what their sources are telling us. And we shouldn't question. Solomon is saying, I will sleep with all of them. They will all get pregnant and they will all give me a baby boy. How do you know what is going to happen? That Solomon knows the unseen? Think about this question. This is their authentic. So they said the Bible is corrupt. We cannot depend on the Bible, and they have the most authentic books. And we look at what we are reading. So Solomon is going to sleep with his wives, and they will all become pregnant, and they will all give baby boy. And the reason for them to give baby boy is so that they will go and fight in the cause of Allah. Look at this. So the intention is so that the boys will grow up to do jihad, go and fight in the cause of Allah. And you already know what that means, to fight in the cause of Allah. Allah already explained it to us in Quran chapter 9, verse 111. So you see the point here? So he slept with his wives, and none of them conceived and delivered a child except one, who brought half body boy, deformed. Allah's prophet said, Solomon, if had said, if Allah's will, then each of those women would have delivered a boy, a cavalier, okay, to fight in the cause of Allah. So what this hadith is telling us here is, when Solomon was saying he was going to fight, when Solomon said he was going to have sexual relation with all his wives, 60 wives, so that they would deliver him a baby boy, Solomon did not say inshallah. He did not say if Allah's will. If Allah wills. He did not say that. So because he did not say that, none of his wife was able to conceive a child. And only one, but the one woman who was able to bring a child, he brought a deformed baby out. A deformed child, okay? A half body. According to this hadith. So you see now, Solomon had plenty wives. According to the hadith. Plenty. So if it is true that Solomon had plenty wives and he died standing there, are you saying none of his wife cares about Solomon? None of them? This is Sahih Buhari. Another Sahih Buhari again. Okay, look at how confused their books are. Sahih Buhari, another one, 3424. The prophet said, Solomon, the son of David, said, tonight I will sleep with 70 ladies. You see now, it has changed. 70 ladies. The first one said 60. Now it is saying 70 ladies. We don't know. We are just reading the books that they have given to us as authentic. The first hadith says 60. Now it is saying 70. So when I say one time Solomon had 70 wives or 70 ladies, and another time I say Solomon has 60 ladies, I am not lying. I am just following the law, the books of Islam. You see the point? I am not lying. So Solomon, the same story, it is telling us the same story. Tonight, I will sleep with 70 ladies, each of whom will conceive a child, who will be a knight, fight for the Allah's cause. You see now? So his purpose is to fight, to go and sleep with them so that they will bring a child, a boy, and he will fight in the cause of Allah. Okay? His companion said, Solomon's companion said to Solomon, if Allah's will, but Solomon did not say so. So you see now, according to this hadith too, we can also say that Solomon does not speak in the desire of Allah. He speaks on his own. He operates on his own. He can say if Allah's will or he will not. He has his free will. But Muhammad doesn't speak on his own. He speaks by the will of Allah. Therefore, none of those women got pregnant except one who gave birth to a half child. You see now? So it's the same story, but one of the first one said 60 women, and this one is saying 70 women. Let's look at another story. The same story. This is also Sahih Buhari. You see now? I'm not fabricating anything. Another story again. So the same story, Sahih Buhari again. Look at this, how confused their books are. And they keep on attacking someone's religion. The prophet Solomon, son of the prophet David, said, tonight I will go round, i.e. have sexual relation with 100 women. Listen carefully, 100 women. The first one said 60, the second one said 70. Now he's saying 100. 100 women, my wives, into bracket, every one of whom will deliver a male child. That is what I say, a boy, a male child who will fight in the cause of Allah. Did you hear what? So who is telling the truth? Oh, the Bible is corrupt. And the Bible, this is the Sahih Buhari is one of the most authentic books in Islam. Now, who is telling the truth? Which hadith is the correct one? Did he have 100 wives, 60 wives, or 70 wives? Look at this. On that, an angel said to him, say if Allah's will. He said, an angel said to Solomon, say if Allah's will. The other hadith that we just read said, a companion said to him. Let's go back and see. A companion said to him. His companion said, if Allah's will. You hear, you see? His companion said, if Allah's will. But Solomon did not say so. But they say this is the authentic. So which story is the correct one? The Muslim will tell you, when you go in the Bible, the story of Luke is not the same as the story of Matthew. What John is saying is different from what Mark is saying. So the Bible is corrupt. And we have Sahih Buhari, one person, the same person is giving us this narration. You see, the same person is giving the same story, different narration, different stories. You see now, shame on them. Now they will say Sahih Buhari is not authentic. So why do you follow this? If Sahih Buhari is then it's not authentic, this hadith is not authentic. So what guarantees the other one to be authentic? The one that you accept. If Sahih Buhari, you say he's so think about it, okay? So let's read 100 wives, okay? He said 100 women, wives, everyone who would deliver a male child who will fight in the Allah's cause. On that, an angel said to him, say if Allah will. But Solomon did not say it and forgot to say it. Then he had sexual relation with them, with 100 women. But none of them delivered a child except one who delivered half person. The prophet said, if Solomon had said, if Allah's will, Allah would have fulfilled his desire, and that saying would have made him more hopeful. So because Solomon did not say Allah's will, Allah gave him a half child. So what has this half child got to do with Solomon? Why is this child being punished and become disabled? But as you can see, let's see another hadith. One more. This is all sahih. It is all authentic. Another hadith. Let's see if what it says. Malik said the inheritance of a husband from a wife when he leaves a child. Okay, this is not about Solomon. Maybe we'll find another one which is about Solomon. Suleiman bin, okay. I think that is enough. That is okay. About Solomon and his wife, it is okay. But we already have 3 hadith from Sahih Buhari. Look, Sahih Buhari. Another one has come. Sahih Buhari 6720. Please now be sincere to yourself. It is not me. It is on the screen. You can see it for yourself too. Somebody is trying to hide something from you. They don't want you to use your brain. That is why they keep on reporting my page. They see it as a threat because whatever I show to you, they cannot answer. It will make you doubt, and you have every right to doubt. Because why should you believe in something they cannot answer for you? Why? You see, let's read this hadith in Sahih Buhari. The same Sahih Buhari. The Prophet Solomon said, tonight I will sleep with my 90 wives. Let's think carefully, 90 wives. So what is the accurate number of the wives of Solomon? We have 60, we have 70, we have 100, we have 90. Which one is correct? And they are all authentic, Sahih Buhari. They are all authentic. You see? Be fair, be sincere to yourself, because if you don't, somebody will maybe play with your mind. That is the truth. Okay? Be sincere to yourself. Think about what you are following. Try to ask questions. Because if you don't, then you are just part of the problem. You just want to be a part of something, okay? And you are just following. So which is a hadith? If their books are not that credible. And one thing about the Muslims, you see, they will say, oh, hadith, we don't accept hadith. But when you ask them some questions in the Quran, they will say, okay, you have to go to the hadith. You see how they play the game? When you question them something from the hadith like this, they will say, you know, as a Muslim, you don't have to accept hadith. We don't have to. Hadith is man-made in somebody's mind. So we don't have to accept the hadith. Okay, so you focus on the Quran. Then you go in the Quran, you ask them a question in the Quran. Okay, they say, okay, in the hadith, Sahih Buhari said it's like this. And all of a sudden now they are accepting the hadith. You come to the hadith, you question them, they say, oh, we don't accept the hadith. Hadith is man-made, it could be fabricated. How long will you let somebody deceive you this much? Let's see if there is more hadith from. So it's the same story. Okay, let's see if there is another hadith. So this one is from Sunnah and Nisa. Okay, it says Suleiman said, "I will certainly go around to 90 women tonight, each of whom will bear a child who will fight in the cause of Allah." So the same story. So this one is using 90 women. Okay, we have 60, 70, 90, 100. The same story. It's a story Sahih. Okay, this is not Sahih Buhari. This is Sunnah and Nisa, also authentic book in Islam. So as you can see, we have many hadith which proves what I am saying. Solomon wasn't somebody who was living with only one woman, who maybe the woman forgot him or nothing like this. So how come Solomon died standing there for 1 year, and none of his 90 wives, none of his 100 wives, none of his 70 wives, none of his 60 wives, nobody cared about Solomon? Is that what you are telling me? All his army commanders, his armies, for 1 year, nobody is. You see the birds, they are waiting for Solomon because Solomon commands them. So none of them, where are they now? So you see now, this Ibn Abbas saying, let's read the hadith so that people will understand. Okay, maybe I'll put it in the comment section too. And when we decreed death for him, for Solomon, he died and remained standing in his retreat for 1 year. Nothing showed his death. Nothing showed that Solomon is dead. He didn't rot. He didn't stink. He is there for 1 year. But when Prophet Muhammad died, according to the hadith, 3 days he started to stink. Solomon died 1 year. He's still fresh. Nobody can even recognize that he's dead. The only way they could recognize that somebody is dead, the death of Solomon. Okay, nobody could recognize the death of Solomon. To them, save a creeping creature of the earth, a woodworm. So because of this woodworm, imagine, because of a woodworm, and say some animal worm be from a woodworm, which gnawed away his staff. Let's say, I don't know how to pronounce this word properly, but I hope I made it clear for you. This animal chewed the stick of Solomon, because Solomon was standing and the staff, the stick that he is holding, is touching the ground. So for 1 year, Solomon is standing there, and this animal came to chew the stick. So for the animal chewing the stick, that was and the stick became loose. Okay? So, and it is said his short spear, whatever that means. And when Solomon fell to the ground, the jinns saw clearly how the jinns and the human beings saw. Listen carefully. So because this animal came to eat the staff of Solomon, then Solomon fell down. Think about the story. A dead person standing there. Nobody knows that he's dead. Everybody is just passing by. Solomon is dead, but nobody knows. Why? Because he's holding a stick and he's standing there. Make sure when you die, you also stand, because maybe nobody will recognize. And because this animal, this woodworm, the woodworm ate the staff of Solomon, the stick of the Solomon, and because it became loose, now Solomon fell down. According to their translation, not according to me. Okay? When Solomon fell to the ground, the jinns saw clearly how the jinns and the human beings, listening carefully, saw clearly that they did not know the unseen. The jinns and human beings saw clearly that they did not know the unseen. That means when Solomon died standing there, the human beings did also not see. They didn't see that the guy is dead. So for 1 year, Solomon is standing there. They did not recognize. And this is logical. This one, it is logic for Muslims to accept. But Jesus becoming a human being, that is, how can God become a human being? That one they are questioning. They are questioning God. What is the sense in this? How can God do this? They are asking God, how can God do something? You see the logic here? How can God do something? But it is on the screen. Let me put it in the comment section. Okay, so all of you on YouTube, you can also take the link and share. Think about these things. Share it to the Muslims. Let some Muslims see it for themselves. I've posted it on the link. if they had known the unseen, they would have not continued in despised toil. Okay, so if the jinns who are working for Solomon, if they had known the unseen, they wouldn't have continued working. They would have continued. They would not have continued in the the word is there. They wouldn't have continued working under under Solomon. People thought before this that the jinns knew the unseen, but when they saw this, they realized that they did not know. Okay, so Allah is trying to prove to the point that the jinns don't know the unseen. That is what the verse is trying to tell us. Allah is trying to prove the point that the jinns does not know the unseen. But what about a human being? They don't know when somebody is dead. They don't care when Solomon doesn't come home for 1 year. They don't care. They're still standing at one place, not responding to him. When you speak to him, nobody is responding. That makes sense. Ask your sheikh, your malams, ask them these questions. And this is what I'm going to. We have so many things in the Quran, and this tool that I have. You see, because they blocked me from Facebook, that opened another door for me to go on TikTok. You see now, and then the TikTok one too. It is also powerful. I have 3 minutes to make one video. And with 3 minutes, it is easy for people to watch 3 minutes videos. So now we are making more 3 minutes videos, and it is spreading. It is spreading. When you go on TikTok, the Muslims, they are Sethoo, and then you see they will always come under your comments. They will say a whole lot of things, but they will never address the issue. So continue sharing the messages. We will not be, you see, the message will be there forever. People will watch, people will see. So if you share it today, maybe in 20 years to come, it will benefit somebody. Maybe in 15 years to come, it will benefit somebody. So you are doing also a good work by sharing it and commenting and doing something. So it will spread. A lot of people don't know. You see, a lot of people don't know. Let me show you this verse. You see, in Islam, there's something. Let me show you this verse too in the Quran. That's why people, I said, Omunye steady. Listen carefully, okay? People join the religion without knowing anything about the religion. And because the marketing in Islam is very good. The marketing. You see, the marketing in Islam, it is very good. They know how to present themselves to people for people to accept them. So the marketing strategy behind it, it is okay. It is easy for people to get convinced with the marketing strategy. But when you know a little bit, it is a different story. Then you can question them. Look at this verse in the Quran, Quran chapter 49, verse number 14. What it says, okay, so to be a Muslim, what is to be a Muslim? To be a Muslim means to surrender or something. The Bedouin say, we believe. So listen carefully. So Muhammad, at the time of Prophet Muhammad, the Bedouins, the Arabs, they accepted Islam, and they told Muhammad they believe. They do what? They believe in Muhammad. But Muhammad is telling them, say no. Muhammad is telling them, say, you believe not, but you only say you surrender. Listen carefully. You believe not, but you surrender. So to be a Muslim, and you surrender here, according to that is you surrender in Islam, but you are not the believer. You see, so they said to be a Muslim means to submit, to surrender. That is what they call Muslim. So somebody said we believe, Allah said is to know. Muhammad, Allah is telling them, no, you don't believe, you are a Muslim. Because to surrender means or to submit. Let's change the translator, you will see. So this verse is telling us they surrender, but they are not believers. Okay? So to be a Muslim, what does it mean? To be somebody who submit, who surrender. Who submit is a Muslim. So you can be a Muslim without being a believer. And what does it mean? You just surrender. So let me change the translator, okay? Let's use another translator, Sahih International. Let's see what it says. I don't know what it will say, but let's see what it says. Good. The Bedouins say, we have believed. So I think it will be good for you to join any religion. You have to first believe in the religion at least. But in Islam, you don't have to believe. You just have to surrender. That is enough. You don't believe anything, but you surrender to Islam. It's okay. Say, we have not yet believed, but we have submitted. You care? This submitted, it means to be a Muslim. That is Muslim. Because they say Islam or to be a Muslim means you submit to one God. So you have submitted yourself, but you don't even believe in it. So why would you submit something you don't believe in? Why would you submit to something you don't believe in? That means you are not submitting. You see now, you don't submit with your will because you don't believe in it. So if they are saying, if the Quran is telling us that they did not believe, but still they should still submit. Why should they submit if they don't believe? Question, do you think, why should somebody submit to something they don't believe? Why are you accepting somebody to join the religion which he don't believe? You know he don't believe, but you still, the person should still submit. Why? Why? Give me a logical answer. Good. Let's analyze. Let's think. Why should a person submit to something he don't believe? So the Muslims today, they care about people submitting. They see you say you want to be a Muslim, raise your hand, submit yourself. They don't even believe, so they don't care. You see now? So they just take anybody. They accept anything. That is what the verse is saying here. And we can read a translation too. We can go and read what it says, okay? Quran chapter 49, verse number 14. You can see, okay? And you can read Ibn Abbas. Ibn Abbas, we can read it and we will see what the verse is saying. Okay, the wandering Arabs say, we believe. Okay, for you to join a religion, a sincere person will rather believe in something before you submit to it. It wouldn't make sense for you to submit yourself. That means you are not doing it on your own will. And that is the proof here. Listen carefully. The wandering Arabs say, we believe. This was revealed about Banu Asad, okay, who had suffered a very hard year and consequently joined Islam. So the person was suffering a very hard year, so he joined Islam. Listen carefully. The reason why of joining Islam, because he was suffering and moved with all their families. They moved with all their families and children to Medina to benefit from the Prophet's donation. According to their books, we are reading. So you see the point here, when Jesus came, according to the Bible, people did not follow him because they want to benefit from donations. So this guy came with all his family to benefit from donation, okay? But their presence, maybe they were too many, but their presence in Medina caused a rise in the price of foodstuff. Because they came there, maybe there were too many families because he came with all their families. Okay, so the foodstuffs, the price went up. Listen carefully. And the streets of Medina became full of their impurities. And the Medina became full of their impurities. In fact, these people were hypocrites who kept reiterating something like this, okay? Oh, messenger of Allah. So the people, because they want to benefit from the donation of Prophet Muhammad, because they are in need, probably, okay? Because as human mentality, human beings, if you feel like something, you see now, there are a lot of people today too, they have a shop in a particular location where they know that when he becomes a Muslim, he will really have many customers, so somebody can become a Muslim, even so that he will get many customers to come and buy from him. We have many people, they meet a woman because he loves the woman. That is why he joined Islam. It's not because he's convinced that Islam is the true religion, but it's because the woman that he met, we have set examples like this. So these people, maybe they were starving, but when they know that when they become Muslims, they will benefit, they will get something from Prophet Muhammad which they can survive. So these people came, and when they were saying to Prophet Muhammad, oh, Messenger of Allah, we are true believers, okay? So do feed us. Listen carefully. So the reason why they are doing this, they want food to eat. So they want to say something to Prophet Muhammad so that they will get something to eat. You see, so imagine if they had something to eat on their own, would they become Muslims? Just think about this. Imagine if they had something to eat. We are true believers, so do feed us and be generous with us. Okay, so the people are saying, Muhammad, please come there and we are hungry, feed us, help us. When Allah mentioned their claim, the wandering Arabs of Banu Asad said, we are genuine in our faith in Allah and his messenger. But Allah said, say to them, O Muhammad, ye believe not. You are not genuine in your faith in Allah and his messenger, but rather we submit. Okay, so if they are not genuine, you know they are not genuine. Allah is speaking, put this in your mind. If Allah knows that they are not genuine, so why is Allah telling them to submit if they are not genuine? So it is not, you can think about this thing. I don't know why you are making me talk so long. Allah knows they are not genuine, but they should still submit. We submit so look at what Allah is telling them. We submit so that we may be spared from the sword. Did you hear that? It is not me speaking, or it is Ibn Abbas. We submit. So the reason why they shouldn't say they believe. So they are only submitting so that they will survive. Did you hear that? We submit so that we may be spared from the sword and the captivity. Think about this. It is Ibn Abbas, not Sethoo. So the submitting so that they will be spared. If they don't submit and they don't believe, what will happen to them? So even though they don't believe in Islam, they should still submit to Islam and they will be spared. So don't say you believe in Allah. We know we don't believe. You don't believe. That's what the verse is saying. Don't say you believe. You know you don't believe. Just say you submit so that your life will be spared. We submit so that we may be spared from the sword and the captivity. For the faith has not yet entered into your hearts. So for love and sincerity of faith have not entered to your heart. You get a point? Sethoo SSK, okay? We come live and then we give ourselves people the opportunity to call in. You can see it clearly. Nobody can call in and say whatever I am saying, I'm lying. I know in the comment section, people, they will report the video again, but the video is on YouTube. Okay? They will report this video again because we are sharing certain truth that people will never teach you. They won't tell you these things in the mosque. They won't teach you this. They will read you something that will comfort you. They will sing for you in a tone which will keep you. It is very nice tone. They are okay, fine. The Indian music is also nice too. But I want to let people know what I have come across. Okay? Somebody is saying there's Sethoo, they are looking for many people to join and they don't care about. It's true. That is what the even Quran is saying. The Hadith, the Quran is saying it. Just join. If you join, that is enough. Okay? Abubakar Ali, Sethoo, you are very confused. So how come you cannot come and help me, brother, so that I will not be confused? How come you are not helping me? You see, that's the point here. Every time you post something, you speak about something, in the comment section, you don't know what you are talking about. You are very confused. You are very stupid. You are a madman. Your mother. But they will never address the issue. Okay, they will never talk to they will never give you something for me to go and sleep and think about. Okay, it must be true. That is what the Christian did. That is why when I speak in the favor of Christianity, they are complaining. But whenever I question the Christian, I ask certain questions, they give me the answer and I have to accept it because that is the answer in their books. Now we show you your own book. Now you are complaining. I am confused, but he will not come and answer any question. He will not call. Okay, so I will end the program here. And as you can see, if you watch this program, share, forward this, think about the questions. These people don't believe, but they should submit. And if they submit, you see what they said, we have to submit so that they will be spared from the sword or something. It is Ibn Abbas. And who is Ibn Abbas? Let me play the video one more time so people will get. It is not me using my own ideas about Islam. I use their own sources. Listen to what the Sheikh is saying about Ibn Abbas.
So Allah says, oh Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam asks Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, give this young boy a deep understanding of the deen and grant him knowledge of the interpretation of the revelation, which means tafsir of the Quran. And truly, later on, this Abdullah ibn Abbas was known as Habrul Ummati wa Turjumanul Quran. He was known as the jurist of the Ummah, the one who had the most knowledge in jurisprudence of the whole Ummah. And he was known as Turjumanul Quran, which means the one who had the deepest knowledge of tafsir and the revelation and why verses were revealed and what they meant.
Let me just quote him again there. He was known as the one with the deepest knowledge of tafsir and revelation and why verses were revealed and what they meant.
Okay, and that is Ibn Abbas. So I read for you what Ibn Abbas said. You can see it clear. Tafsir Ibn Abbas. So don't come and blame me. Don't come and say I have fabricated anything or something or whatever. Okay, it is clearly there and you can see it for yourself. And if you care about the truth, you will also find it. Okay, you can also read the books for yourself and then use your own logic, your brain to assess, to digest. Don't just depend on what somebody is telling you. Just like that. Okay? If you do that, you are deceiving yourself and you are not truthful to yourself. Be reasonable, be sincere, and be just. This is about your salvation. Okay? So I will just end the conversation. This is about your salvation. You think whenever you die, you will get a benefit from whatever you are doing right now. But if somebody is hiding some information from you, for you to make the right decision, you have to do it. You have to check everything right now before you die. Okay, yes, sir, it will be too late. Sethoo SSK, okay, please kindly share this video for us. Invite people and follow me on YouTube platform because I said on the YouTube platform, Sethoo SSK. Because the Facebook, the original Facebook page, they have blocked it again. For 1 month, I will not be able to come there. And I posted a video. I don't even know why they said the video. Call me, okay? The brother is saying, which question you want me to answer? And all the question, why was Solomon standing there when he died for 1 year? I will end the conversation here, okay? Please now, let me know what you think about this video on YouTube. Please check the YouTube page, Sethoo SSK, okay? Check the YouTube page and subscribe to the channel because that is where we have to put our energy now because we don't know. The Facebook, even when I come back on Facebook or on the original platform, they could still block me the next day. Okay, that is the truth. They will still block me the next day because as soon as any Muslim reports my video, they will block it. So we have to focus on the YouTube page. Kindly go there, subscribe to push the bell. When I come live, that you will see. I am happy for the people on Facebook, on YouTube right now. Okay, follow me there on YouTube and let's learn together. Sethoo SSK, okay? Please do that for me. So we will end the conversation here. And let me know what you think in the comment section, okay? Sethoo SSK. And according to the verse in
Solomon died
anytime
standing.
someone asks critical questions about Islam, some Muslims will be calling the person names. You are a hater, you hate Muslims, you are Islamophobia, all sorts of names, but they will never answer the question that the person is asking. Let's see if some Muslims will answer to this question. According to Quran chapter 34, verse number 13 and 14, the Quran says, they made for him what he willed, synagogues and statues, basins like well and boilers built into the ground. Give thanks, O house of David, few of mine bondmen are thankful. The Muslims tells us that all the prophets were Muslims and messenger of Allah, and that they all came with one message. According to this verse, Solomon had some workers working for him, and they built for Solomon what Solomon willed. And according to the verse in the Quran, they built synagogues and statues. So if all the prophets and all the messengers, they came with one message and they were all Muslims, how come Solomon was building statues? Are Muslims allowed to build statues? This is a question I need answers and clarifications. It's not about insulting me, it's about you giving us answers to this question. If Solomon was a Muslim, why was he ordering his people or his workers to build for him statues? Are Muslims allowed to build statues? Answer this question. Now let's check the main points. The main reason I am making this video is in verse 14. Let's read it. Quran chapter 34 verse number 14. And when we decreed for Solomon's death, nothing indicated to the jinn his death except a creature of the earth eating his staff. But when he fell, it became clear to the jinn that if they had known the unseen, they would have not remained in humiliating punishment. So, what this verse is telling us here is, Solomon died standing on his staff, leaning on his staff, and the jinns did not recognize that Solomon is dead. So Solomon died standing holding his stick till a creature of the earth, which is the worm, came to eat the stick. After them eating the stick became loose and Solomon fell down. That is when they recognized that Solomon is dead. Bear in mind, Solomon was a powerful man, had an army. So when Solomon died standing, nobody recognized Solomon is dead. According to Ibn Kathir, how long was Solomon standing? According to the interpretation of the Muslims, let's see. You can pause this and read this for yourself. According to Ibn Kathir, he stayed like that for a long time, nearly a year. So Solomon died holding a stick, standing there for nearly a year, and nobody recognized that he is dead. Solomon had 100 wives. None of them recognized that he is dead, an army commander.